Hello, Mr. Andy here. Today we're working on the assembly, the sheave assembly, and I have the lower strap up on my screen here. I've started it, and I think you can all get this far. I do want to caution you if we edit our base sketch here real quick. Make sure the origin is the center of the arcs. The bottom edge of the part is 1/8 of an inch above the origin. So don't put these on the same as the origin or your part will not assemble properly. Alright, let's close that sketch. You can see right now that I have a smooth inner portion here, and I'm going to bring the assignment file over here for just a moment. And you can see in the section view here that we have this radial groove, or circular groove I should say, that is through the middle of the part here. Has a radius of 3.125, same center point. But I do want you to also notice, this is important, that the back wall thickness is 1/4 inch. We don't know what the front wall thickness is at all, but we do know that that groove is 1/2 an inch thick. So this is not a symmetrical part. Remember that when you create your assembly. It's got to go in the proper orientation. So it's a 1/2 inch cut, and it's 1/4 inch off the back surface. All right, let's get that out of the way. So I'm going to need a plane to do that. It doesn't matter how I extruded my first piece, whether it was a mid-plane or blind. So I'm going to go off the back surface here and go to the plane tool. And we'll create a plane. A 1/4 inch in the opposite direction there into the part, and we'll hit OK. Now I'm going to go normal 2, and we will start a sketch on this plane, and I'm just going to simply draw a circle from the origin, dimension it. I'll just hit OK there. I'm going to go over here to leaders, switch it to a radius dimension, and then we'll put the proper number in there, 3.125. Alright, so now I have a circle. It's in 1/4 of an inch into our part, and I'm just going to cut that circle forward 1/2 an inch. So we're going to do an extruded cut. Distance is 0.5. I want to spin this and make sure the cut is moving in the right direction. It is coming in the direction I want. We'll hit OK. There we have it. Now I'm ready to fillet this part, so let's throw some fillets in here real quick so that it will be finished. So I'm going to grab some corners here. None of the bottom surfaces are filleted, nor is the openings of the arch filleted. So don't add fillets there. And I think that's everything. Our fillet radius for this part is 0.125. And I somehow got a top surface there. We'll get that out. And let's add that edge back in, and we'll hit OK. All right, there's our finished part. And I'm going to save that. Now, we want to produce the upper strap, and I'm going to bring the drawing document back in here for a minute and slide this over. And this part is identical to the lower strap. It just has this additional feature up here on top. It is an extruded boss and then a tapped hole. So we're going to produce that tapped hole and extruded boss, but we don't want to recreate the whole part. So I'm going to close this part, and we're going to do a new file and an inch part. And now I'm going to insert the lower strap in. So we're going to go to Insert, Part. Okay. And we're going to select the lower strap. I happen to have it hiding on my desktop here. And I'm going to drop it on the origin. And we're in. Okay. So notice in my feature manager it just says lower strap. The nice thing about doing this way, if I make a change to lower strap, the change will be automatically forwarded to the upper strap. Now, the boss was up here, started up here and was extruded down to the surface, and it's 5 1/4 inches above the origin. So from the top plane, I need a plane 5 1/4 inches up, and I'm going to show you a shortcut here. Instead of going to the plane tool, if you hold the control key down and just drag that plane upwards, like so, and then release, and then put your dimension in here, 5.25. So that's with a control and drag the plane, and it creates a new plane for you automatically, parallel to the previous. So we'll sketch on that surface or plane. We're going to go normal to. We'll go to a top view. I'm going to draw a circle. And in my drawing, there's no location for that circle, so we have to assume, not that that's a good thing, we have to assume that it's centered on the part. So I'm going to do a construction line here, or center line, and I'm going to come across midpoint to midpoint. And then I'll take that circle and touch and drop it on the midpoint. We'll dimension the diameter at 1 inch. And let's go back to a 3D view here. We're going to extrude that. Opposite direction. And we'll just go up to next. And we'll hit OK. Do check when you do your extrusion. Make sure that that extrusion is coming down into the fillet. If you've got a gap in there, depending on the method you chose, go back and fix it. All right. Another good test is to put the fillet in. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's apply the fillet of 0.125 and click right there. And it should go all the way around. If you have any errors in there, it probably didn't join the two parts together. All right, so now I have that there. I'm going to turn off that plane. Now I'll go ahead and hole wizard this. We haven't done a lot of threaded holes, so let's click that surface and we'll go to hole wizard. This will take a minute to load because I haven't used it yet today. And we're going to do a tapped hole. ANSI inch, and this is a 3/4 by 10, rather large, 3/4 10, and the thread depth is what I want. Thread depth is 1 inch. It'll automatically establish the drill diameter, and we'll hit positions. And I'm going to touch the edge and light the center point and drop it right in place. Should be fully defined, and we'll hit OK. And in goes my threaded hole. This part is now finished, and I can save it as the upper strap. There you have it. Enjoy.